Right, welcome to the Boxing Asylum podcast. This is my first chance at hosting this show, and it's going to be a fucking shambles because no cunts actually turned up to be here because most of the cunts are in Manchester watching Carl Frampton absolutely dominate and embarrass Scott Quigg and Tesco Joe Gallagher. Well, maybe that's a bit over the top though. I mean, it was a close fight. Scott Quigg had his moments, I think, later on. At the moment, I think we're just going to go live with this pod as it is. It's just me and Brian on at the moment. Hater Dave is on here, but he's not really talking. Either his mic's broke or he's just fucked off from the computer. How did you score it, Brian? What was your end score, I suppose? Because obviously that was the controversy. The main controversy and the main laughing point really was what happened with the stupid split decision. We were just talking before we went on air. How ridiculous that was, but what was your actual score?
I had a see first and foremost. I just want to turn around and say that not only fucking his shape fucked me off hosting the next big pod, but I come on here and you fucked me off as well. It's just basically I'm getting fucking rode through all angles here.
Well, you can host if you want, mate. My attempts are a bit embarrassing, so you can take the lead if you want.
Well, fire away. I'll just be your wingman. I had that 117, 11. I only gave Quigg 3 rounds, and that was 9, 10, 11. The first round they done fuck all, but the only reason I kind of gave that to Cal was because he was the aggressor. And I know people turn around and say, "Oh, but you're fucking into defensive boxers, blah blah blah." I know, but if the defensive boxer's doing absolutely nothing, which Quigg was doing, all he was doing was, it reminded me. It reminded me a bit like Kiko first round, where Quigg was just fucking basically moving backwards the full round, just like corner to corner of the ring, and like Cal was like moving forward. And if a round's that tight, I'm not going to score at 10-10. I know people scored that, but that's for nonsense. And I just basically gave Cal that round just because he was the one that was coming forward and trying to initiate the fight. Other than that, it was an embarrassment. It wasn't a great fight, and I'm happy at that. Just because they all use fucking morons that went and paid for this pay-per-view just to encourage like mere shite, and we'll get like Eddie Hearn coming out here saying it done great numbers and all that, and Scott Quigg's now a pay-per-view fighter, and we might put him in with McDonald, or he's now fucking moving up to fight, fuck knows, some fucking Lomachenko or something like that. He'll probably just embarrass himself even more, or maybe say we should do a rematch now. We'll go to Belfast. In fact, I'm fucking buzzing here, and I've not even sniffed a fucking line. I'm absolutely fucking buzzing. This is the end of it. Joe Gallagher is a fucking bum. Hearn's a fucking bum. Scott Quigg's a bum. I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but Scott Quigg's best pal is his maw, right? He's fucking maw. That's all I'm saying. That's all I need to say about that. He's fucking maw. He's got a bird, right? A bird, which I've not actually got. Right? I stay with my maw, right? But I look after her because she's an elk cow, right? He stays with his maw. His best pal stays with him and his maw. He's got a bird, right? I need to keep emphasising that. He's got a fucking bird and still stays with his maw. What is fucking wrong with that cunt? And all he does is lives in the fucking gym. Well, I tell you, every cunt likes Cal because he's a cool cunt, he's a family guy, and he enjoys life outside of that. That wee fucking veg does fucking absolutely nothing. I seen his dad ringside tonight. He better get off the fucking chippy, you know. Look at the size of me 2 years ago. A few eating hunters of shite. Quigg's dad, you better fucking sort yourself out. Your son's a fucking bum. Fuck the cult. Yeah!
Well, I'm going to try and bring some balance to this, but I've really sort of been derailed, and obviously I'm a bit ecstatic seeing miserable Joe Gallagher look even more miserable post-fight and try and justify that, somehow his game plan was working, that he thought he was ahead, but I'm just trying to think of some of the points you made. I mean, I don't want to go too hard on Quigg here. I mean, all of that stuff about the sky hype about him being Mr. Dedicated and shit like that. I mean, he got a bit tiresome, but I think that trying to put it subtly and nicely, Quigg's a simple man and he's got simple tastes, as it were. And I think that all this stuff about his mum being his best mate, he's trying to present himself as this dedicated guy, and I think he is, but it showed tonight, I think, that he doesn't really have the boxing IQ or the thinking brain, as he liked to call it, that he does. I think that he relied too much on Gallagher's word from the corner, and Gallagher ultimately did fuck all for him. I think we're going to try and add someone now. Hopefully add someone else. I need to give them the link. So if you want to continue a rant, Brian, then you carry on, mate.
Joe Gallagher, what an absolute fucking bellender man he is, isn't he? I don't know why the fuck he tried to start his shite with Shane. I mean, I heard the coalition. For some reason, they were seemingly fucking too harsh on the McGuigans. I understand why people have got a gripe with Barry, right? And they're saying that fucking Shane's really arrogant. See Shane in interviews. He says the right things. He never ever gets personal with him. He doesn't ever be a cunt. Joe Gallagher's the one that always initiates the fucking arguments with every single trainer. He's a bollock. An absolute bollock. He gets personal with every cunt. Now, Shane was the first to admit that he's lucky to have Cal. Of course he's got the fucking surname, but it's the exact same as Eddie Hearn. Anytime somebody criticises Eddie Hearn for you're only where you are because of your dad, everybody turns around and says, oh, what about it? He's doing well or not? It's exactly fucking Shane McGuigan. He's benefiting from his dad's surname, and he got Cal. He's turned Cal into a fucking world champion. He's just fucked Scott Quigg, right? And he's now got fucking 2 stellar names. Is that Shane's fault? No, it's not. So why does Joe Gallagher get personal with it? You know why he gets personal? Because they cunt fucking likes him. He abused a dog. He done 2 years in jail for getting caught shagging a dog. They cunt fucking likes Joe Gallagher. You're a fucking cunt. Boom.
Well, perfectly segue into that. Adam, are you there? I just saw you join the conversation.
Hello.
Obviously, you were in the arena. How was it? You know, how did you score it?
I mean, it wasn't worth the money, really, was it? I mean,
lols.
hey, Brian, I got my tickets yesterday. The cutman was the Frampton team, Stephen something.
Andy Pops, mute yourself, motherfucker.
Hello, how are you doing?
Right, we'll go to Andy.
Yo.
He's probably off his fucking nut. So, Andy, quickly jump in.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I'll mute. You want me to mute you? Fuck's sake, hold on.
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Alright, what he's talking about, what's happening?
Well, you just popped on. Adam was just explaining his side of things, but
Are we live?
yeah, we're fucking live.
Alright, okay. Well, carry ahead then, come to me then. You're cool.
Go on then, Adam. Carry on, mate.
Yeah, it's a good job I won on the football in the week because there's no way I would have paid for that. What I did. I mean, the undercard. I'm not just after timing on the undercard. The undercard was absolutely horrific. For pay-per-view as well. I mean, I thought the Gavin McDonald fight was okay, but to put 2 non-punchers as a chief support to what was a decent main event, I thought was horrific, really. But obviously, they had more ways to split the money, i.e., they had to give some of the money to the McGuigans rather than just keeping it for Barry and Eddie Hearn. But for the fight, I had Frampton 8-0. 8-0 up, and it finished 10-2. How someone can score that fight for Scott Quigg is absolutely remarkable. Honestly, that is remarkable. I just cannot get my head around that. He just didn't do enough. I was sitting there thinking, that's another round where Scott Quigg's not landed anything. That's another round where Scott Quigg's not landed anything. I thought Frampton was absolutely superb. He had good variety. He had good footwork. He looked like he was having fun in there. I'd say that he was on the back foot for the majority of the fight, but not. He wasn't. He didn't run as much as I expected him to. So I got that one wrong. I expected him to be, on the back foot throughout, but I think he varied it up a bit of back, bit of forward. I gave Scott round 9 and 11. The 11th round was a great round. They went body chaos. They was both going to the body like nutters in that 11th round. I really enjoyed that. The atmosphere was superb. Again, that's nothing down. I'm not giving Eddie Hearn any credit for that. I think it was a Frampton. We expected that anyway, but Brian can vouch for it. But it was absolutely brilliant, the atmosphere there. And I think when Cole came out, it was spine tingling. To be fair, that was really, really good. Obviously, we know it was going to be. Yeah.
Carl, see when Carl came out, it sounded as if he got a bit of a fucking bad reception. I know. Was there a lot of booze for him as well?
I mean, hey, look, there was. I think during the fight with the singing, and because they was both using that same bloody Ricky Hatton song, people need to forget that there's only one bloody Brian King. Forget it. Well, there is only one Brian King, but But no, but I would say during the fight, it was quite 50-50 to be fair. But before the fight, and obviously after, it was before the fight for the walk-ons. It was definitely 70-30 to Frampton, if not 75-25, to be honest. It was brilliant. The atmosphere was superb. And I was right in amongst the Frampton lot because that's where I managed to get me tickets off. So yeah, decent. And the thing I came out when I was thinking, I think the Quigg fans tonight, because I don't think you get die-hard Quigg fans, I think the Quigg fan, the Manchester/English lot who were there to support Quigg tonight, I think they'll support Frampton in the future, and that's fair enough.
All right, Andy, go on, mate.
I'm just going to get my opinion out quick because we're about to go into the centre and enjoy one night.
Get your cock out.
I scored the fight 1-1-7, 1-1-11 to Carroll. I thought he absolutely dominated the fight, controlled it from start to finish. I just thought you could see for the third round onwards, you could see it was a level above in every single department. I thought he totally, absolutely dominated the full fight. It just totally and utterly, for me, it was an absolute schooling. I don't understand how the judge, Martinez, has scored at 1-1-5, 1-1-3 to Quigg. I don't know what fight he was watching because it was never that type of fight. It was just, I said for months that I expected Carroll to win 1 point that way. It was just, as Adam was saying, I'm not really one for it, but I'll give the atmosphere was absolutely amazing. It was the build up, everything. It was cracking. You could feel the tension, the whole to get in the ring. You could just feel it, and it was just amazing, absolutely amazing.
Hi, Randy.
How are you doing, mate? All right?
I'm good, mate. You?
I'm back at the hotel getting my stuff, and then we'll get back out.
Look at the fucking state of your beard. That's a fucking Snyder. Look at that, you fucking noisy looking
I'm
bastard.
off to enjoy my night, so I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Have a good one, Andy, mate. All right, have a good
Frampton,
one.
Devils unified champion. Yes.
All right, Tom.
No.
Bye.
Hold on, two seconds. I just want to correct him there. Let's not get carried away here. Cal's the fucking IBF champion. Rigo is the WBA champion. And no matter how big a fanboy I am, Rigo is the WBA champion.
Me and Mark said last night it was going to be easy. We called the full fight last night. We sat and had a debate about it. And what we said has happened. So I'll see Tommy Allen tomorrow night when I'm on.
Somebody I did to hear the voice that chat.
He's already there.
Hey lads, I've got a really daft question. Who is the lineal champion at Super Bantamweight?
Rigo.
It's Rigo.
But how did he win it?
Fuck Joe Gallagher.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I knew it was a daft question. Sorry.
Yeah, that's tough question. So fuck off, pal. Tom.
Fucking casual.
Fuck
Right.
up, right? You didn't even come here, you can a casual.
I'm fucking hardcore to the bone, nigga.
How'd you score it, Tom? Then we'll go to you, Ainsley.
1-3 to Carl Frampton, mate.
You thought it was easy for him?
I did. I thought, right, the rounds that Quigg won, Quigg looked 100 times than Frampton looked in the rounds Frampton won. Frampton won the round.
Tom, you're a fucking idiot.
Look on my fucking hairy balls.
You're an idiot.
Well, how'd you score
Quigg
it
is
then,
fucking
Ainsley?
shit. Quigg is terrible. He can't do nothing on the back foot. That was fucking embarrassing.
9-3. Quigg won the last 3 rounds.
Ainsley,
Yeah.
do you agree with what I said earlier on, that the kid Gallagher had absolutely schools Quigg?
Oh yeah, he's fucking chinning.
Yeah.
That's why.
Ainsley, show your face.
That's why Quigg blocked everyone at Engle Gym this week because he knows he got.
Show your face, Ainsley.
Fuck him. Listen, Joe Gallagher shags dogs. Quigg's a fucking retard and he's shy. He needs to retire. That's it.
Everybody that watches this and listens to this, I want you to spread the word. Joe Gallagher got shagging a dog. Fact.
That's it. All I'm
Quigg,
Quigg,
a broken jaw. Mate, have you heard that? Have you heard this?
News has just come out that Quigg apparently
Quigg's
got a broken jaw.
Yeah.
This is Julian Jackson. This is the body's Julian Jackson, the power puncher. Quigg, Cal's got fuck all. Cal fucking broke that Mongo's jaw and he can't even eat his own chippy.
You know what I tweeted though after about 11 rounds? Good luck setting the rematch. But obviously they can do it now because it was a split decision. And you know, like, everyone went quiet when it came down to the last judge was Dave Paris.
Yeah.
I thought
There was
I
a
thought it was going to be a draw. I said this before we went on air, that when it came out, usually when it's a split decision, what they'll do is they'll go, ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. But they didn't. What they did was go one score for one guy, one score for the other. Then I thought Buffett it was a draw. I was shitting myself.
Fuck him.
It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
Quigg says that he thinks that Frampton broke his jaw with that uppercut at the end of the fourth. You know what? He's trying to kid on his Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns went 10 rounds with a fucking broken jaw, but did he fucking box shite like that? No, he went head on with Beltran. He lost the fight, but he still fucking went at him. Quigg, you little fucking cabbage. I'm back.
I mean, Brian.
I'm back. 10 days break and I'm
Ricky Burns. I mean, Ricky Burns fought Beltran with a broken jaw and beat him clearly, like by 6, 7, or 8 rounds.
Can't believe we're ending up on fucking Ricky Burns right now.
Hey, let's talk about my hero, please, boys.
Oh, I'm going to leave you with Joe Gallagher shags dogs.
Yeah.
Alright, see you later, Ainsley. Why are we talking about your hero? You didn't fucking hear how bad he was on the TV.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you to tell me how bad he was, live on here.
Fuck's sake, Bisping's face is a fucking mess. He must have robbed that.
This ain't a fucking MMA podcast, it's a boxing podcast.
I'm Conor McGregor to the fucking death. Did you...
Brian, you are a casual UFC fan.
Oh, have you seen that fucking, like, Rocco's tweet? I know Quigg is a bit dopey, but surely when he heard the fight was starting at 11, surely he knew it was 11 PM and not round 11. Rocco coming with the banter.
Fuck's sake.
Man, Tom, what was it like there? Was it fucking bouncing?
I was right. I tell you, no word of a lie. I was in with a lot of Quigg fans, right, as you well know.
You must have been sitting with my mate.
I was, but the guy left of me, right, he looked like a cross between Dolph Lundgren and Doctor Who, right? No word of a lie.
That's Gary. He's a boxer.
He was cheering for Scott Quigg, but he didn't know who Quigg was. So every time Frampton threw a punch, he was going, "Go on, Quiggy, box him, hit him." And I'm like, I looked at him and I went, "Mate, you do know that that's not Scott Quigg." And he went, "What?"
Well, I can't be my mate then. Fucking casual bastard.
Seriously? And I went, "The little fucking one in the white shorts, that's Carl Frampton." He went, "Oh my God, go on, Quiggy lad, box him, head box him." I'm like, "You fucking mong, you fucking spastic retard, get the fuck out of my life." Anyway, Brian, your mates were sound. The bald guy was spot on, but it was just alright. It was a good laugh. It was loud, but they fucking, right, how bad's this? Fucking Quigg fans, right? Michael Buffer introduced the WBA champion. Some come behind, go on, Brucey lad, right? So, they introduced the WBA champion, and this is Quigg fans. They all started booing because they didn't know who was fucking WBA champion. And then Buffer went, "Scott Quigg," and they went, "Oh, hey!" Oh my God, you're a fucking pile of retards.
I said this earlier on. I was like, that place is full of fucking Frampton fans and people that are Matchroom fans. Quigg has not got any fans.
Yeah.
That is a simple fact of the matter.
Agree.
I mean, like, Herman
Be fair, there is a few. We know.
Like fucking Bows and Toby because he goes to fucking Gallagher's gym and Bows because...
Out for a lot of fans, guys.
What?
Those two count for a lot of people.
Hey, how did Ola get on?
He got fucking battered, mate. I don't want to talk about it because he just got embarrassed.
Ola got fucking dicked. I was watching that on a stream while Gavin McDonald's on.
Yeah, he got fucking...
Points or... Did he
What?
get knocked out?
Yeah.
He got at the end of the 10th. Pulled him out.
What time's Ruiz and Sajar and Santa Cruz on?
Oh, a few hours yet, like, fucking hell.
Alex, who's rolled boxing? Cliff rolled. He's got boxing scene here, managing editor of the boxing scene. He actually said that he had Quigg winning.
I've noticed
No
the
way.
Yanks had it a lot closer, and all the Yanks ended up picking Quigg.
Right, I'm going to
smartly.
fucking nail this right in the bud here, right? See the fact that a lot of Yanks were picking Quigg, this is nothing to do with their last fight, right? This is a lot to do with Steve Kim having access to fucking Freddie Roach's gym, where Joe Gallagher and all that go over there. This is how this is all fucking stemmed from. It's nothing to do with the last fight. It's just basically familiarity. They get to see Quigg all the time. They interview him. He's a nice guy. They think fucking Gallagher's a nice guy. And this is how this is all stemmed from here. I mean, see if Cal went over to America all the time, they would have probably had the same opinion of that. And I like Steve Kim because he trolls like fuck. And his podcast is fucking alright. But this is how this is stemmed from. That's like fucking Doug Fisher's the same. He's fairly and all. He goes to the wild card gym, and that's how they know Scott Quigg. That anybody with any sort of fucking boxing brain would have known this cunt was never winning this fucking fight. What are you eating? You eating a kebab? Are you eating a rolling kebab?
It's a free advertising for Burger King.
Burger King! Duncan can kiss my ass! Bud Adams back man!
Fuck's sake.
But, in fact, Alex, what was your card?
I scored it 117, 111, 9-3 to Frampton. You know, I could have seen maybe 8-4. You know, I do find the scoring interesting because a lot of it, you know, a lot of Yanks, again, I saw them score a lot of even rounds. And I don't know what that trend is. I mean, yeah, it's an old-fashioned thing now, isn't it? But, I mean, that first round was pretty fucking shit.
Aye, there's
Nothing done. Absolutely nothing. And maybe you can argue even rounds, but it is just fucking... It's stupid to score even rounds because it's obviously worthless and it's not really the trend these days. And maybe I could have given that to Quigg, but I don't know. I mean, like you say, that cliff roll. Did he give it to Quigg? Again, I saw a lot of Yanks.
He gave it 6 to Quigg, 5 to Cal, and 1 draw.
What?
Right. I mean, right. I explained my reason for not giving. I think I explained my fucking reason quite well why I didn't give it a draw.
You said no. Your reasoning for not giving even rounds is because it's for nonces. Is that a good reason?
I've also fucking broke it down why I gave that round to Cal.
My trick is, right, wait until Brian scores a fight, add 1 even round into and score it. Fucking cry.
But I basically keep referring back to my scorecard where Bellew cleverly won, and I had Bellew winning with 2 rounds to go. So, and I've calculated that I must have scored an even round somewhere in that card. So I don't know. I'm fucking bad for it as well. But I'll refuse to score an even round. I fucking will. See if there's no punches thrown in that round. I will find a winner in that round. I don't care. I'm not scoring an even round because I know for a fact a judge will never do it.
Well, yeah, exactly. I think that boxing is become more than just throwing punches. I know it seems a bit stupid to say that, but there are the 4 criteria. Obviously, you know, offense, defense, punches landed, effective aggression, and ring generalship. And you know, 2 of those things often don't even involve punches landing necessarily, or punches even being thrown. I mean, effective aggression could just mean decent footwork, pushing your opponent against the ropes, and trapping them in the corner. And again, ring IQ, very similar sort of thing. Is how are you controlling the pace of the fight? So I think that, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking absolute shite in saying that you can win a round without throwing a punch. But there's that old myth about Willie Pep winning a round without throwing a punch. It's obviously it's been a bit dispelled since then, but I certainly think there's some weight to it, especially if you're going to abjectly refuse to score even rounds.
Well, I mean, Kid Gallagher's fucking getting into his trolling as well. Scott Quigg has 12 apples. Joe Gallagher tells him to give 8 to Cal Frampton. How many will he have left? And not enough to win a fight.
Well, to be fair to Galahad, he's in no position to troll him because he ain't fucking fighting any cunt for at least another year.
His brother spiked him, you dick.
Yeah, it's his brother's fault. Well, obviously the elephant in the room is Rigondo. What's Carl going to do? Is he gonna? He's got 2 mandatories. He's got Shingo Wake and he's got Rigondo. Who's he going to fight? Which belt is he going to bin?
He's not going to fight Rigo for the fact is I think he would fight him, but I think that he would basically. I'm pretty sure Cal said before that he would fight him, but he would want that as like the last fight he fucking collecting all the belts. Like he's like the fucking the end boss. He like Street Fighter. You fucking don't fight him at the end, and there's that fucking whoever wins that Seja fight tonight. That is an easy fucking fight to make. Donaire isn't an easy fight to make because he's with Top Rank and Rigo is with Jay-Z. So how Heyman will just tell him to drop that fucking WBA belt. And I'll be perfectly honest, I think he should fucking not drop it to avoid Rigo, but I think he should fucking give Rigo the belt back. I think he should say, "This is your belt. Scott Quigg never ever won it. Here's your belt." And
that's a bitch move. Saying, "Oh, here's your belt, Mr. Rigondeaux."
No, I don't mean to duck him. Just say, "This is your actual belt. I didn't win this. I never won it off of you."
Well, the thing to do, I mean, yeah, fair enough. That's an interesting gesture, but the thing to do would be to fucking fight him. You'd be say, "All right, this is your belt. Let's have a fight," because that's what Rigo wants. So ultimately, I don't think that he cares necessarily about the belt. He cares about having the fucking fight and getting paid, I suppose. But
I'm disappointed Rigo wasn't there the night. Maybe he was refused like entry or a ticket or anything like that. But if his team had anything about,
for fuck's sake,
but if he had anything about, or his team had anything about him, they would have took him to that fight the night.
Well, yeah, I mean, the issue there is that you can't exactly go ringside and fucking call him out because you don't speak a lick of English.
It doesn't he? You can just get skeer on the fingers. I mean, like, they had like Kell Brook there, and Kell Brook can't speak English.
Yeah, love the fingers off Rigo.
Okay, I mean, I tell you what, I think Kell's fucking dropped all the way. He looks as if he's fucking bang on it for his fight in a couple of weeks. But
well, yeah, he is only a couple of weeks, isn't it? Yeah.
Aye, but I'm just buzzing, man. I know people think that I would have regretted no going, but I don't fucking regret one bit. I don't. Why I didn't go? I still fucking wholeheartedly agree why I didn't go, and even now with Carl winning, I'm still here trying to defend fucking Rigo here. It's not as if I'm like some sort of fanboy. I would have fucking liked it better if Carl just didn't even fucking hold that belt. If he just dropped it and just like done a shite in the middle of the ring and tap it, that'd have been fucking hilarious. If he just shat on the belt, just a big dirty one where like you do a shite and like it takes about 3 layers of your skin off and you don't need to use bog roll to wipe your arse.
Well, do we think? I mean, a lot of the chat already pretty much kicking off about this. Do we think that Frampton's going to get a pass for ducking Rigo? Because we're all assuming that he is going to duck Rigo. Is he going to get the pass for doing so?
No, of course he's not going to get the fucking pass. He's not going to get a pass for like, unless there's some sort of Canelo thing in here where he takes the Shingo Wake fight first on the understanding that he has 100% fighting Rigo before the end of the year, then fair enough, but at least we'll have that till, you know how like Ward, by the end of the year you're fighting Kovalev and we're getting like decent shit in between it, then maybe, but I'll still kick off because I'm just a miserable fucker, ain't I? But no, I'll tell you right now, he's not fucking fighting. He's not going to fight like Rigo, so people should just kind of get their meltdown in right now.
Well, Sky were they mentioned Rigondeaux at least to him. It wasn't really treated with much reception. Barry was saying, "Oh, what's next?" They said, "What's next for Carl?" And Barry was saying, "Oh, it's a big fucking long rest now for Carl." And usually that means that it's going to be binning one of his belts because he's.
Well, if it's a long, but no.
Right, guys.
Single weeks.
Go to bed. It's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna tell you, boy. Oh, it's 1:10. Fuck's sake. See you later.
You're a fucking weirdo.
Night, Tom.
Night. Bye, guys.
Aye. The Shingo Wake mandatory was like due basically between January and like March, I think. So it's already overdue. So if he takes like some sort of break, I know Carl does like a 4-month training camp. If he takes any sort of break, the two of them, which leads
sounds a
me to
bit choppy
believe.
there, mate.
Oh, hold on, it's probably because I've fucking got too many pages up.
There you go. You're right now, mate.
Right, it's probably. I've said that if Cal won, he would go up and fight Leo Santa Cruz, and if Quigg won, he would fight Donier. So the two of them have got an option away for Rigo, and I'll stick by it. I don't think that Rigo's going to get these fights. I mean, we all seen the WBA kind of shaft at Rigo, with the fact is like he became the mandatory, but when he becomes the mandatory, that doesn't mean that the champion needs to fight him, which is the politics of boxing, and we don't want me to get back into that because I'll just burst out greeting. But I can see Rigo getting his belt back. And you know who I actually see fighting Rigo? Donier. That's who I actually see fighting Rigo. I think Donier's fucking wide in the ring with him. He's the only person in that division. But even maybe
Would Bob even waste him though? I mean, Bob's would know that's fucking killing him off, and he's still making a few good quid on to now, I'd imagine, in like Asia and shit.
true. I'm saying that because I was always wary like they're making the Lomachenko fight just an off chance he fucking killed another one of his boys. But I don't know. It's just fucking shit for Rigo. I think he's going to just get in there and fucking absolutely maul Jazza. But then again, I say that in his last fight and he stank the joint. And I was the cunt that it wasn't Rigo's fault. But well, it's I don't know what the fucking chat's saying. I can't get it now, but I'm not confident that MD's fighting Rigo. You know what? I wouldn't mind if Quigg's got anything about him. He would take a legit opponent out with every Cal. That's all he's done. He's done a brute. He's fucking basically chased that payday all his days. Why don't you fucking fight Rigo and like, basically make Cal look a bit stupid? Oh, I'll take the guy that the boogeyman anybody wants to fight. I mean, Herm's turning around and says that's a big fight. We can build that into a pay-per-view. Prove it now. Take the fucking Rigo fight. Prove it.
I think that would be the best move for him, really. I mean, I think the best move for his career would probably be the McDonald fight because, that's a fight he could win. And, it's relatively big. It's not pay-per-view because McDonald, Quigg, no one will give really a fuck about that in casual terms.
I mean, Donier's not going to go near Quigg now. What's the point in that?
Well, maybe. I mean, maybe Ed will actually, stick his hand in his pocket and get it. But again, what does he get? What does he benefit from it? I suppose. If Quigg, I think tonight the crowd and the sort of bipartisan nature from what people have been telling me and the way they were roaring about, it was a heavily Irish
Paul
crowd.
Wants to come on.
Paul.
Right, press past that guy that picked fucking Quigg ages ago.
Well, he's in the fucking WhatsApp group. He's in the DM chat. Tell him to click the link. What was I saying? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, would Eddie pay for Rigo to come over here or Donaire to come over here? Probably not. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, there's no incentive, I don't think, for the Donaire fight. Maybe. I mean, there's the belt, but where does he go? I think what he's going to do now is going to move up because equally, I think that Quigg was tight at the weight. I mean, a lot was made of Frampton being tight at the weight, but we saw how drawn Quigg was at the weigh-in, and I don't know. Maybe no one's really addressed it. Maybe he's the one that's having struggles with his stamina. The fact that he fights in this sort of way that Gallagher makes him, where he takes half the fight off and then he bursts it late down the stretch. I don't deny his stamina or his commitment, but certainly weight can affect any man. Weight issues can affect any man, and maybe he'll go up to 126 himself. But again, there's the Selby fight up there. I think they'll want the McDonald fight. It'll be a bit more of a domestic in-house approach with Quigg from now on, I think.
I mean, the McDonald fight would actually be decent because he's fucking got a bit of gas tanking on. It's not as if he's got much power. And I've always fucking backed it that Quigg's power is fucking seriously overrated. Seriously overrated. That he's got that one good finish with Kiko, and all the rest of them seem to be body shots to absolute fucking cabbage bantamweights. And they just built this up, and it was a total and this is about the politics and the hype of boxing. People for weeks were fucking making out here as if this guy was Julian Jackson. He had one punch knockout power. He had never done that. Never fucking done that in his life. And they kept going on like his body work. Aye. But Salinas didn't get attacked to the fucking body much. If you're out of distance, you're not going to get hit with a body shot. And the guy doesn't, like I've told you, he doesn't fucking fight tall, he doesn't use a jab. So that wasn't going to work either. There was absolutely nothing other than once he tired that anything was going to happen. So I'm fucking puzzled as how people picked it Quigg. I know people will turn around and say, aye, but you picked fucking Froch to beat Ward and Hatton to beat Fabian. I was like, I fucking did, aye, but I didn't hate pubes at that point, and I grew some.
No, sorry, I'm not going to be, be too smug about it. You know, I did have my worries. I did think that Quigg, there was a legit chance for Quigg beating Frampton. Of course, I mean, I didn't buy into this myth that his power was, absolutely fucking soul destroying and you could take any cunt's head off. But certainly the body work did worry me for Frampton, and I think it would have caught up with him because, again, I mentioned Quigg struggling with weight, but Frampton I think does, and I think that he can get sapped of his stamina quite easily, and I think it showed, certainly not in the 12th. I think the 12th, Carl boxed brilliantly, but sort of 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th round, Quigg was landing some really fucking meaty shots, and Carl didn't like it. He had to really cover up, and he really had to go about his senses about it. But the problem again falls down to Quigg's just lack of IQ. And not just boxing IQ, just in general. I don't think he knows how to think in the moment. I think that he's got his plan, and that's what Gallagher tells him to do. And if Gallagher ain't got it right, then what's happening. Look at that Otaki fight again. We sort of discussed this on Next Big Pod, saying what was the plan there. Quigg just very one-dimensional about that, just punching this guy who was going head first, forward, hands up, and he just kept winging at the guy, doing nothing, not trying to put him away. There just wasn't seeming to be any sort of nuance to Quigg's game.
No. I don't even know what to say. See, because I couldn't hear the corner working in like that, was like Gallagher even telling him what to do, or was he just constantly telling him like close the sack the body? I did see somebody tweet, Joe Gallagher's telling him to use the left hook, as if like that was anything fucking new. But was there anything in there other than the fucking basic Joe Gallagher shite? I mean, I've basically said the same about he did wreck Rock, but I'm still sticking by it. This guy's a fucking myth. And he did. And Joe Gallagher years ago for training guys the exact same way, and that is exactly what you can see it with Crawler. Crawler's went for a boxer to basically a guy that's funny for. And fair enough, he did get somebody away with a left body shot. I'm not saying fucking Joe Gallagher's a man. Fucking trainer of the year, and he's fucking took an L.
Well, we've discussed our distaste and opinion that certainly Joe Gallagher is an overrated trainer and hasn't really, I don't know, not necessarily worthy of trainer of the year status. I don't think. I mean, he's done well with some of his fighters. I'll give him that. I'm trying to present a more balanced view. Obviously, you're going to be, the very brash, loudmouthed anti-Hearn, anti-Gallagher, and I agree with those sentiments. But I'm certainly trying to find a balanced approach. I think that Gallagher, he's done very well domestically. He's brought his guys on. He's got so many, British title level guys. He's solid, but that's not world level, is it? It's not deserving of world honours necessarily. And the fights that he's won, and his boys have won, they make some sort of big deal about his streak as a trainer. I mean, name one fight where he won as an underdog. I mean, maybe the Crawler fight. That's about it, and that was the slightest of underdog fights. The rest he's been absolutely overwhelmingly favourite. With his boys like Liam Smith and Scott Quigg against all the roasters they've fought. I mean, Liam Smith has fought some absolute shite in his time as champion and in the lead up to it. And it's just, I think he is blown completely out of proportion, and I think he got shown up tonight for having a very simplistic plan and not knowing really what to do against a elite fighter, like he did against Abraham and Ward.
Oh, well, we're going to see the return of Fat Smig shortly, and a couple of 8 rounders then to a world title fight because he deserves it. So Joe Gallagher will fucking get another chance to prove he's the main man again. But as you say,
Your sound is fucking way too choppy, mate. No, your sound is shite.
What's that? You keep chopping.
Yeah, you keep chopping.
Hold on. 2 seconds.
I'm sorry. I think I've tried to get Press Pass on. He said he might have been coming on, but apparently not. Andy Patterson is. Oh, you're on 2 fucking accounts now.
I know.
Listen to that fucking feedback.
I know. You there?
Oh, there we go.
I had to fucking switch to my phone.
Yeah, that's much clearer, mate.
I was just going to say, like, the first time Gallagher's like guys come up with any sort of, I'm not saying like Cal's like elite, but top level operator, they kind of get fucking ruined. Like, who was it like Gallagher was with? No, who was it like Macklin was fighting when he was with Gallagher? Like,
was it Highland? Was that?
Nah, but he went back to him for that. But was he not with him like years ago? And he lost as well.
Or something.
I think it was, aye. And then you've got like obviously Ward, even like fucking Abraham, like, and we see how much fucking about they're doing with this, but also, and how much credence he holds into this undefeated record that he always seems to be going on. But like normally the undefeated records like against guys that have got a fucking losing record. So like, fucking Scotty Cardo fighting absolute fucking cabbages, and then you've got Hosea Burton fighting shite. I didn't even see that fight tonight. I didn't even want to watch it.
It's alright actually. It's probably the best fight on the undercard, saying that, but it's not saying much, is it? But it was decent, and it's just typical of of the running order. Matchroom care about their undercard. That was the first fight on at 6 o'clock. And we were treated to fucking Gavin McDonnell against some fucking 2-foot roaster from South America.
I mean, that undercard's fucking terrible. Like I said earlier on, look at the difference. Look at the difference between fucking London and like this undercard. There's no reason to know how. They're trying to get they're trying to get like fucking DeGale, McDonnell and Selby on this undercard. Why not let's separate that and put it on like separate fucking cards? Or even why not have somebody on the undercard of that? Mate, everybody knows that like fucking the shitty twin is shit and he bores the fucking life out of people. Why have that as a main event? Like a main co? That was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe they're trying to give credence to the fact that it was an eliminator. I noticed that Matchroom tweeted that it was a final eliminator before the fight, and then as the fight progressed, they were just saying it was a basic eliminator. So I don't know what was going on with that. Now Gav's got to have a fucking final eliminator against some other fucking roaster. I mean, that belt is being contested tonight. Obviously, the Seha Ruiz, and either of them would fucking smash Gavin McDonnell.
I mean, look, that same over the back again. Like fucking, like, they had absolutely no intentions of getting him like a world title fight, but they go for like the lesser of two. How much money would be in a fight against Seja? They're not a lot, but is he going to get like some sort of advice off his brother? Is the money fight not getting a mandatory for Carl Frampton? Would it not be better like kind of sticking your guy in with him again? I know the mandatory wouldn't be until it wouldn't be next year, I suppose, but I see this fucking going easy routes for like titles. No, I fucking hate it. Fucking pussy bastards. That's how I've got all the respect in the fucking world for Tyson Fury. He could have got the fight with Deontay Wilder and he says, no, fuck that, I'm going for the man. You're not the fucking right champion. I want to go for the guy with all the fucking belts. But we don't ever fucking get that, do we?
No, I mean, that's always annoyed me as well. I mean, I understand the thinking from a promoter's side of view, but it's when you get the fans defending it that really winds me up, and then acting like their boy's a world champion and should be treated like such. It's just creating that division. I think that you know they're accepting this shite that we're dealing with, but then when it happens to a guy that they're not interested in or actively hate, they'll moan about it. It's just there's no consistency towards it. I mean, we're fans of Frampton, but we've both pretty much exactly admitted that he's no champion until he fights Rigondeaux. Because Rigo's the man. Rigo hasn't got a single belt to his name, but he's the fucking daddy.
I'd really liked it if you fucking get crashed the party, and he really should have done that. But he comes across as that sort of cunt. He's like, I don't fucking need to do that. People should know who I am, and they should come to me. That seems to be like his attitude. But no, I don't think he's going to get to fight any cunt. He'll fucking whip Jazza Dink's wee fucking balls, and then we'll see what happens. But I think like the press conference like tomorrow will kind of reveal some. If they say that they're going to take time out, I think the IBF are normally sticklers. Like, I mean, they fucking stripped Tyson with Hearn and all that, doing shit in the background. If they're sticklers for the belt and Cal says he's going to take time out, then I want to see if they strip him, because like fucking Cal is the money in that division. So
yeah,
is IBF going to do that? Or are they just going to fucking make up their own rules again and make up some sort of like fake injury, like he's broke his knuckle or something like that? We'll put it back and we'll maybe like get an interim belt for Shingo Wake and like fucking Bobby Sands or something like that to fight for it. But
I think that I saw a tweet earlier saying that there was final dates by when they've got to make fights with either Wake or Rigondeaux. I think it was sometime in April that they would have had to have finalised the fight with Wake, and sometime in June if they wanted to have finalised the fight with Rigondeaux. So say Carl takes a month and a half off, and then he finalizes the date with Wake. That's 6 weeks, 7 weeks maybe. I might be wrong on those dates, so I can't really remember. But again, in Rigondeaux would be a bit later. Like you say, it is very interesting to see if IBF would strip him. If he said, actually, I'm having a couple of months off, I'm going on holiday, I don't want to be in camp, I don't want to be talking about fight negotiations. Would be interesting if they did strip him, or say, oh, it's all right, Carl, mate, you can have an extra couple of months, because they've already fucked Wake about.
Aye, I know. Like when Carl's out of training camp, he doesn't morph into like fucking Quigg where, I'm on holiday with my bub, right, see you later, I'm away fucking running, and then I'm going to the fucking gym. You just sit down at the beach and play with your tits. I'm out of here. Cal does actually just fucking do nothing, and just like he's like a couple of wins, so he just fucking acts normal like all the fucking rest is. So he does like 4 months training camps. So he does put himself through some amount of fucking grief. But at the same time, if you're the champion, you need to defend your belt. You got the belt off Kiko as a voluntary, and mandatories are there for a reason. So you're going to need to defend them. It'd be good if he just turned around and says, look, we've come to an agreement, I'm going to fucking fight Shingo Wake in the summer. I don't even know if he's any good, but I know he's like the better like Jap. And then at the end of the year, I mean, for how good would it be if the turn around and says, you know what, but then we'll give you like to fight Shingo Wake, and we've got an agreement that you're going to fight on the fucking Kovalev undercard. I mean, how good? Just thinking that, would that not be fucking perfect? You've got like fucking like potentially. I'm not including Cal, right? Even though I think he's a great fighter, you've got potentially 3 of the best fighters on the planet on the same card, and you've got the two fights to fucking define who is the fucking top dogs in the divisions. I mean, promoters should call me. I am the fucking match maker for fucking heaven. Bring it to me. There you go. I'm going to tweet fucking Rock Nation directly.
Thing is, I don't think it's even remotely possible, because what you've got to think is Wake has to agree to that as well. Wake they'd have to say to Wake, well, for this fight with Frampton, if you beat Frampton, you've got to fight Rigondeaux next. I don't think Wake would agree to that. I think Wake would say, well, actually, if I win that belt, I'm taking that belt, and I don't necessarily
mean like fucking Wake, because like Wake, Well, Wake would only be. They could do like fucking Wake's only fighting for IBF then, and Disney win the WBA. But I understand what you're saying.
It's an interesting one, I suppose.
I just want life fucking simple. I'm a simple guy. I'm not simple at Scott Quigg because he's thick as shit, but I just want things to fucking run smoothly. And we're not getting it with these sanctioning bodies. They're scummy bastards. I just wish Floyd would come back and all. Life seemed a whole lot fucking easier last year when my man Floyd was still about. He was the top of the fucking hill. He was just looking down at cunts, just fucking laughing at people, and people wanted to be him. We all knew where we stood. Now every cunt just wants a piece of this.
I just remembered, and I just saw some tweets. Do you remember our friend Barracks?
Oh, that fucking fag.
Yeah, people have been retweeting him, and he's probably gone deathly silent. I just had a wee chuckle thinking about that fucking knobhead.
Oh, man,
so if you know who Barracks is, go take the piss out of that fucking cunt.
Oh, he said he was going to fucking smash me down Manchester. I'm positive.
That's obviously why you shot it, mate.
Oh, I fucking bottled it big time. Ryan Goodwin, my scorecard was 117, 11. Alex had that a draw.
What the fuck? I didn't have it a fucking draw. I had it 117, 11 as well.
But did you just keep Quigg the exact same round as me?
What rounds did you give to Quigg?
9, 10, 11.
I think so, yeah. I might have given him the 8th. I can't remember. Really wasn't paying attention to what rounds they were.
But if people are pissed off with this, we go hang, but these are one of the days, I just want to start bombarding Carl and fucking Barry McGuigan. And just start demanding that fight.
I just remembered that some of the comments Barry was making again after the fight, saying things like, they were looking towards Leo Santa Cruz and, featherweight fights, I think it was.
But Cal contradicted that, but to turn around and saying that it makes the weight easy. And he doesn't struggle.
Well, he's going to say that, isn't he? That's the issue. I think he did make the weight quite well, judging by how much effort he put into it, probably because he took it a lot more seriously. But again, there were, I don't know, stamina issues necessarily, but he certainly was wavering, like I mentioned earlier. But I do think they want that Leo Santa Cruz fight. It's easy to make, obviously, because, Al Heyman connection. And it would just make sense, obviously, if Leo absolutely blasts out Kiko later, which he should be doing.
Man, it's see, because he's with fucking Heyman, it just makes it really awkward to move in, and they can't really just Bob Adams not going to turn around and I tell you what, I'll make a unification with Donier. That's not fucking going to happen. Bob Adams wouldn't even make fucking. He wasn't even interested in make Pacquiao Khan. He didn't want like Khan to get any parties, any fighters because of Heyman. So I wouldn't mind the Donier fight, man. See when like Quigg was rumoured to like Donier called his bluff and accepted a shitey offer, and I was like, "Oh, that fight's happening. I'm going to fucking go and see Donier because I met Donier. He is fucking big, man. See for a super bantamweight, he's fucking huge.
Oh, massive! I mean, it's fucking stunning how he ever made flyweight.
Yeah, it's like it just shows you how big Walters must be for like featherweight, super featherweight, because like he looked massive compared to him. But Donier is fucking huge, man. I was surprised how big this guy is for like super bantamweight. He's well bigger than Quigg, well bigger. Like, I mean, as in thickness wise.
I think Quigg might beat him though. That's the thing. Judging by what I've seen of Donier lately, he's got that first 4 rounds where he's just fucking shit up. But again, if we're going by Tesco Joe's fucking plan, Quigg coming on late, he might just fucking smash him to bits.
But I just think that Donier's fucking power. Donier could clean out any cunt in 4 rounds.
Oh, absolutely. But again, that is the Tesco Joe plan. Just stay away from the cunt.
But we obviously
clean you out.
We all know that fucking Ricky Burns has got the mentality of a fucking absolute warrior, right? And like he's come back for a broken jaw, and he fought like a fat Mexican in Texas and get robbed, right? And went toe to toe with this fucking bum, right? We don't know if Scott Quigg's going to come back for this broken jaw. What's he going to do? Is he going to liquidise like sausage suppers and that if he's most chippy and we fucking just drink them through a straw? Is that what we're going to go through now? No hard work dedication
Fuck's
for
sake.
Scotty boy now. Fucking, I hope he comes out the next day like one of the birds from about 15 years ago that came out with the braces and all that, and they looked fucking ridiculous. You big wire-jawed fuck. You get your fucking jaw broke, bitch. No, fuck the boxing voice. It's fucking garbage, mate. And Ness isn't fat. He's a big cunt, by the way. I met him. He is a big cunt. But
He's also a grass cunt, but there you go.
Aye, he's a fucking snitch. Fucking, he worked for the fucking Federale.
Right, we're not having any podcast wars now. Apparently, all the podcast boys have met up. Next Big Pod, Boxing Coalition, and the Asylum, they've all met up and they all get on like a house on fire. So, no more...
Fuck they bums. I mean, but fuck Jess, the fucking weirdo, man. I wish Carl fucking caved his skull in. And fuck BJ, you wee fucking specky weirdo cunt.
That's a fucking quality way to finish this off, I think. I don't think anyone else is joining us. They're all like either on the lash or gone to bed like Tom, or chatting to us in this fucking YouTube chat, talking shite. I'm just trying to read some of these comments. Boxing Voice is full of racists. Nez is a fucking loudmouth fat cunt. A fucking yank casual that hosts his own show, though, the worst type. Yeah, these are some good comments, this. So I think I might just wrap it up.
Aye.
Any final words there, Brian?
Aye, fuck the cult, man. He's got absolutely fucking school tonight. And look at my fucking beard and hair. It is on motherfucking point. Yeah. Suck my tits.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll probably be back tomorrow with a proper show. I think that Andy actually said that, he's going to give us his proper view, so I don't think he'll be too hanging. Tommy Guru Allen. He changed his pick apparently 2 seconds before the first bell, and he was on the Frampton bandwagon, so he's still the guru. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch the Asylum's interview with Quigg and Cassius on iFilm London. It is fucking brilliant. Yeah,
where I mentioned.
Brian's mentioned, yeah.
My pod. Did you hear that? He said my pod. And also, if you go and watch another video, Herm basically calls me a fat bastard.
Pretty much.
Have you seen that one? Have you watched that one? I really called me a fat bastard, basically. Says that I needed 2 seats on an airplane.
Fuck's sake.
I know. How far? Imagine getting personal. I don't get personal with MD.
Well, he's probably going to get a bit personal now.
I'm going to send him a picture of my cock.
All right, we're wrapping this up. See you guys later.
Fuck the cult.